Bad clap. Take two. Welcome back to OneTake Radio. We got special guest Quincy in the house, producer Reese behind the scenes. I'm Dan. Let's kick it off with arguably the biggest story in the NFL right now, and no better person to speak on it is Panthers fan number one himself, Mr. Quincy. You've been riding with Bryce Young. He gets benched this week. It's absolute chaos in North Carolina. What is happening with your franchise? Are you almost at the point where you're going to quit?
I've thought about it a couple times, but quitting is just for pussies, and I refuse to do that. So I'm locked in. Yeah, it's been bad. Every time, every year, it comes back and it gets worse. It's been 7 years of this. 7 years of it. People understand, and what frustrates me most about the organization is they keep just saying, be patient. We're in year 7. Like, how is that not patience?
It's bad, bro. It's bad.
Like, we're year 7. So, unfortunately for the case, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but for the case of Bryce Young, like, he's not ready. That's the reality of the situation. Two things can be true. Bryce Young is not ready to be a starter, and the Carolina Panthers stink. They suck from top to bottom. The roster is garbage. Our best player is on IR for the rest of the season. So he needs to sit and learn. Let Red Rifle get after it and learn how to operate an NFL offense, because it's clearly not clicking. Like, his numbers are bad.
This is the argument. This is the argument as old as time, and it's definitely gone more towards let the boys play in modern quarterbacking eras. But back in the day, it used to be, sit for at least a year if you're drafted high and, get that experience. But now it's like he's played, 18 games? Something like that? Yeah. 18, 19 games he started?
Something like that. Yeah.
He's been...
About 18.
He's been pretty
16. Yeah,
pretty damn
18,
bad.
We're 2-16 or something like that. But
it's not looking good. Like, how can you build back his trust going forward if he knows that if he starts playing poorly again, he's going to be a little bit in his head? He doesn't feel like the team's behind him. He's the number one overall pick last year, though. I mean, how does this happen, Quincy? How does this happen to the good, simple people of North Carolina?
It happened because he was unfortunately put into a situation to fail from the jump. Like, from the jump, he wasn't set up to success. There's not a quarterback. There's not a living, breathing human being walking on this planet that could have got drafted by the Panthers last year, number one overall, and won more games than we won last year, and will win games this year, because that's how bad we are. He wasn't set up to succeed. He's just not ready, and he needs to just, look at Jordan Love. You got to look at guys like Jordan Love, sat behind Rodgers. Unfortunately, he can't stay.
Yeah, but they didn't send him. That's what I'm saying. They didn't take that philosophy. They got to
do that. And
they rushed the process, man.
From all the information I know, it's on the owner, because he, one, can't stay loyal to a coach that he hires. And once he does, that guy's out the window. Bryce Young's had 2 different head coaches and apparently has ran 5 different systems within those coaches, which is crazy to me. They can't pick something and stick to it. So it's just a constant state of chaos there. And I don't really know what the answer is, unfortunately, because unless the owner has to sell the team. We either continue to lose, he sells the team, or he's a mad genius, and eventually this will all work out at the end of the song. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. This shit's crazy. Yeah. We'll have to see how Dave Canales is supposed to be a quarterback guru. I mean, you'll be Baker. I mean, even those guys like Baker, Darnold, all these guys, they kind of sucked when they first started playing. I think you just got to get reps in the league and get used to the speed of the game.
I just think you like the owner. The fact that he's got his wife or girlfriend, whomever it is, making draft picks there in the draft room. Producer Reese might have to clip that one in. He's
like, would you trade up for the guy that I like? I said, yeah.
Outstanding. It's great management.
I don't know what her background is. She's way too involved in the team, organizational, running of the organization. That shit don't make no sense. I don't know what they're doing. I miss. I'll probably get cancer for that, but I miss Jerry Richardson. Life was a lot simpler when he was the owner. Unfortunately, he's a bad guy. He's an evil. He was harassing people and stuff. So that's why
I don't know the full story there. I know that he's a relatively new owner, and all I know is that you ran through Matt Rule. He was in town. He got thrown out, and then you had the guy from India. Yeah, Frank Reich had 8, 9 games.
He was a boomer. Yeah, you got fired.
8, 9 games. They come up to New England. That was maybe the worst showing in the history of football. In what was that? In New England in 2022, I think they maybe had 25 yards of total offense.
Who's our quarterback? 2022. That would have been PJ Teddy, maybe. I don't remember.
I don't even know the quarterback was.
There's one with Darnold. Y'all whooped us with Darnold. We had Darnold. Y'all whooped us. He threw like a bunch of picks. We couldn't even move the ball. I forget that. Yeah, we've been. That's how bad we've been, Dan, for so long. The layup higher.
They all just kind of like meld together. The terrible wins here, or the terrible losses, I should say.
Wilkes, and Steve Wilkes is a guy that was the last time we were playing competitive football. We were 6-10. Like it was bad. Like it's bad. It's all bad here, dude. Like, the only way forward is through. That's what I tell people. And it's gonna get. I didn't think it would get worse, but it did get worse today. We might get the number 1 pick next year. That's a very likely possibility. I still think that they hold on to Bryce and develop him. Like, well, why not develop him? Like, try and develop him. If it doesn't work out,
I know. What do you do with these guys? What do you do with these like Zach Wilson guys? Bryce Young now, unfortunately, is kind of damaged goods. Trey Lance. It's like these guys who are drafted not just in the first round, but like top 3. It's like, how do these guys? How are there such big misses on there and consistently as well? It's unbelievable.
And unfortunately, we'll see how Caleb. Like that's my kind of concern with Caleb Williams. Like, and Bryce Young don't got DJ Moore and Keenan Allen and Roman dude. He don't got that. Like
he's got Adam Thielen though. He's got some weapons. He's got Adam Thielen. No,
he do. But Adam is 36, man. He's not. He's like 33, but he old. And I just saw it today in practice. They were practicing jet sweeps. Dalton took the handoff, jet sweeps to Adam Thielen. This is the state.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Where is Xavier?
Throw it back to 2015.
He's 6'3", runs a 4.4 or something. Like, why is he not getting the jet sweep? Why are we not practicing that? He should be getting why are we practicing 37-year-old Adam Thielen jet sweep? That shouldn't even be a thought process in the play call. Like, in no scenario does he need to know how to run that in game. So
they got to bring back Cam for a second time.
It's organizational.
A second comeback, right?
It's organizational.
Dominated, came back, was awful, came back. He needs a second comeback, so. Free Cam Newton, get him back on the damn roster.
Go to Miami.
He wants to play. Cam wants to play.
And I think they need a QB because
get him back there. Get him back there. Run some quarterback ISO out of the gun. It's an electric factory. It's an electric factory, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, if you have any more, I don't know what more else to say about these guys. Yeah, it's bad, Dan, but we are beating the Raiders this weekend, and I have some stats about Andy Dalton, 4-0 in his life against the Raiders in his career, and not just a slimy 4-0. He's been dicing these guys. What is it? 67 pass completion percentage, average 114 QB rating. He's cooking these guys.
Dang.
Raiders are in trouble because they got the red rifle coming, and the slots are going to be hot in Vegas. We'll just say that.
Especially coming off after a win last week, they're definitely going to have that letdown. The Raiders are
letdown spot.
Quintessential emotional team. They ride the waves. The highs are high, the lows are low. They always end up 8-9. How does it feel to have two quarterbacks that you did bring in Darnold and Baker Mayfield playing quite well at this point? So, I guess that gets back to your point that it's like it is clearly just the program.
How is that not even more proof that it's an organizational failure from top to bottom that these guys – because we saw – it's not like they didn't play the games. Like, we saw them in Panthers uniforms playing football, and they weren't doing that. Darnold did a little bit.
They started like 3-0 one year, didn't they? Maybe 2021.
3-0. I was like, oh, Matt Rule. I was like, Matt Rule and Darnold.
3-0.
We were 3-0. Yeah. So the first 4 months of the season, Sam Darnold is something they need to investigate because he's just different in the first 4 months of the NFL season. The rest of the season is not his strength, but yeah, it's a little frustrating to see those guys succeed, and it's like we can't even get first downs, Dan. It's like a operational, like it's like watching Pee-wee football. Like they can't sustain drives. We haven't scored a touchdown. We scored one touchdown last game, and before that it was like games before we scored. They can't do like the little things right. First down, penalty, that's coming back. Like it's bad. It's an organizational top to down thing that they need to address with the men in the room. Those guys got to take a look in the mirror.
Praying for you, Quincy. A once proud franchise lost to the Super Bowl 38 to the Patriots. That was a great game. Unfortunately, lost to Peyton Manning a few years ago. Super Bowl. Super Bowl 50, I think it was, right?
Rigged.
Cam
That was
Newton.
a
Cam
rigged
Newton
one,
didn't dive
yeah.
in the football. Was that rigged? I don't know about that.
That one was rigged, bro. They wanted the Golden Boy out on top, dude. They wanted the Golden Boy dead. Like, Peyton Manning play like shit. Play like garbage on that.
He didn't have to do anything. The Panthers did so little that game. That was a snoozer of a Super Bowl.
Our strategy against that was to try and 5 to 7 step drop back against DeMarcus Ware and Von Miller.
Prime
I don't know why
Von
they
Miller.
thought that was good. We didn't even try.
Prime Von Miller.
Yeah, didn't even try to run the ball. We're just like, let's just drop back, like deep drop back to our no receivers because we only had Greg Olsen and Ted and Devin Funchess. So.
G-Reg. Shout out 7th floor crew.
Don't know
At least you got one team that's playing well. Your college team, Arizona State University, starting off the year 3-0. Smacked the Pokes week 1. That one hurt.
Yes, sir.
But hey, 3-0, not a bad start.
ASU football, I didn't think I would say this, but I think they're on the comeback. They have a head coach, Coach Dillingham, they got from Oregon. He's an Oregon guy. And I just thought, that's not going to work. But he apparently knows what he's doing a little bit because these guys, they run the rock. They got a bruiser running back who just kind of runs like prime Peyton Hillis. If you go look, his name's Cam Scatabo. Go look him up. Kind of runs like prime Peyton Hillis.
2010 Peyton Hillis was a problem. They smacked the Patriots.
A beast.
2010.
These kids don't know about Peyton Hillis, man. Let me tell you, he was a white guy that could run the rock. And
one awesome year.
He could run the rock, and they play good. But I ultimately don't think that they're going to be like anything great. They'll probably try and compete for a bowl game. Hopefully, get into a good bowl game this year. But still early in that guy's development. But we'll see what kind of recruits he brings in. Big 12 plays, I think maybe a bit of a step up from what the Pac-12 had been at least lately. But so it'll be good to see them compete.
Who they got this week? It should be a good college football weekend. We got the Red Bandana game in Chestnut Hill. B. Ryder not here, not repping his team. That's all right. God bless him. He's doing his thing. BC, if you're a betting man, -6.5. That's an easy cover. This is a 2-3 touchdown game. So producer Reese, if you want to throw that in the parlay on whatever app you Gen Zers are using, easy win for BC. That's my only hot pick. I don't know if you got any other action you want to go on going into the weekend here, Quincy.
If you just want your money back, Panthers money line. It's free money. It's free money. Panthers money line on that. No college picks for me this week, but I could come back next week and I'm going to get in the lab and get these people their money back. So, because I'm for the people.
T.I. had a good first week. Coach Ross last week, not very good. I think he was like 2-4 or something like that. T.I. was, I think, 4. T.I. was like 4-1, and then he lost his last game, so he did all right out there. I want to bring in producer Reese for this one.
The dartboard.
The Noche UFC on Saturday night. Producer Reese, you're a big UFC guy. I don't know if you had any input on the night. You watched some of the fights. Unfortunately, a bit of a snoozer the last two, but the event itself was pretty cool for folks who were there. I don't know if it really translated into the viewer's experience watching it at home.
Yeah, it was a big, it was a classic Saturday Stockton kickback type of night. So I was over at the neighbor's house. We had some carne asada going, and we had 306 going. It was a pretty cool production, in the Spear. They had all the visuals and shit. That was cool. But yeah, last two fights, the Grasso fight was a bit disappointing. Unfortunately it turned into I haven't seen Alexa Grasso's ground game that much, but she was on her back most of the time. Trying to hit those submissions, some arm bars, some triangles, but she couldn't get it done. So that was unfortunate. O'Malley, we didn't see a lot of striking from him. I think he was just playing it safe. Merab's more of, he's one of those crazy Russian wrestler guys. So I think he just didn't want to get taken down. But I think overall O'Malley didn't take the loss too bad. He was we saw social media videos of him just kicking it after, joking about his loss, and I think word got out.
Yeah, I'm not really sure I like that play too much. Some guys do I don't really care. I was kind of hurt. I was this. I was that. Yeah. Not really my cup of tea. I'd rather have a guy just shut up and kind of get back to work.
Get the next one. Yeah.
Yeah, get the next one.
I'm with you.
Some
man.
folks.
Yeah,
it is a decent defense mechanism though. If you get rejected or what have you, you get smoked. You can say, oh.
I don't know. Some people were saying he's going into hip surgery, so I don't know if he had that injury before.
I think he was hurt. I don't think he was completely healthy there. But at the same time, it's that's the thing about these fights is that if you're the headliner, especially for one of the biggest cards in UFC history, there it's you're not gonna bail out. I tweeted this out last week. Maybe I'll bring in Quincy on this one. Does the UFC have a Middle Eastern stylistic problem with these wrestlers that are coming in? Now they got Merab, they got was it Islam Makhachev there, producer Reese? It's just a different style. It's really not as fan friendly. There's less striking.
Eastern European, yeah.
But these guys are just built different.
Bro.
These guys wrestle bears. They're from Dagestan and Georgia and like Southwest Russia. And they
started like
this,
6 years old, bro. Yeah, they're fucking.
That's what I'm saying. They're just like they don't go to school. They just like eat. They eat fucking who knows what.
They
just
porridge,
wrestle,
bro. Yeah, I don't know. Something's in that. Something's in the water over there, or something.
So it's just a different ball game because they're built different. They cold plunge every day from the time they're 6 years old. But like when they're in theory going to take over the UFC, and so I don't know.
I mean,
could
I think
happen.
there's something to be said. It's a tale as old as time. Is like if you don't. I just think guys just aren't respecting wrestling fundamentals. I think if you could get like your defensive wrestling fundamentals down, like you could better I'm not saying like some of those guys got gas tanks, like they just go forever. Like, you could do what you do about that, but like you at least know how to defend yourself. You can like bring striking more into the fight. Like some of these guys, like O'Malley, couldn't like really strike him if that guy wanted to, because that guy could just take him down whenever he wanted. Like.
Yeah,
there were moments.
It's such a deterrent. It's such a deterrent to wanting to get in the mix with these guys. You saw it as well with Dustin Poirier back in what was that in the beginning of June. He fought Islam Makhachev, right, producer Reese?
Oh, okay.
I get Makhachev mixed up with the other guy.
With Kazmat.
Khamzat Chimaev.
Yeah,
and Islam Makhachev. I get
and
mixed
Usman.
up.
Usman is the other one. I think Khabib's cousin.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, they're hard to keep track of, dude.
Usman, Nurmagomedov, I think there's some guy like that or something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's also Kamaru Usman.
There's Kamaru Usman. Yeah, well. He's the other Usman. But yeah, there's a Usman related to Khabib. Yeah, as well. I'm seeing.
Just an interesting question for the UFC going forward. I think they want to get a little bit more striking. Want to get a little bit more.
Could be. And you're seeing like the older. I don't know, like. The kickboxers, it's kind of like kickboxers and wrestlers, like the jiu-jitsu guys.
You just don't see like they had the Max Holloway and who was it earlier this year? Justin Gaethje.
Oh, no, yeah.
I'm just saying like big style knockouts. Like that's what the UFC was known for. Like, and that's been their brand since their ethos, and they're kind of getting away from that. Even like big submissions now. They're like, when's the last time there was an absolute like massive knockout that everyone was like. Clip in like Anderson Silva, like front kicking Vitor Belfort from like 2011.
Vitor looking for the big left hand. Outstanding head movement by Anderson. Like we said, second to none. Oh! He front kicked him in the face. Absolutely wrestling to finish. It is
or like John, like Bones Jones, like choking out Lyoto Machida. Yeah, like that's like these are like iconic moments. You just don't. I don't know. I feel like you don't really see them as much anymore. So it could be a question for them going forward. But
agreed.
What do I know? Reese?
Dana's gonna have to. Yeah, that is true. Like if it comes to like wrestling centric, the fans aren't gonna want to watch that. But.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's a balance. You know, I don't mind a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of striking, and I think submission. The submission wins are cool, but I feel like there's got to be a build up to it. You know, like. Yeah, you can't just first round submission. That's kind of boring, you know.
There's also so much turnover now. There's not as much star building as I feel like there was back in the day. Like these guys only get 2 or 3. It's just the window is so tight for these guys, so you can like build them up a little bit, and then they're only like 3 or 4 fights where they're really at their peak, and then they just can't help but go down a little bit. Who's the Australian guy? He was up for 2 or 3 fights, and then he kind of. Yeah, Volkanovski, like he can't like sustain it, right? There's only like the absolute aliens, like John Jones, like Jones, or even like a guy like Usman or Kamaru Usman, or like Adesanya. Like he was good for a little bit, but yeah, there aren't like I don't know. I guess they were hoping for O'Malley. Now even like O'Malley can't maintain it as. At like that top level, it's like because you need stars, right? You really need stars to headline these cards, and if you can't keep guys going, so anyway, that's all I got. Last one, Giants home run, right-hander into McCovey Cove. just an impressive feat. But it was just weird that the only clip that I saw online was a horrible angle of it from like the behind the catcher's angle.
Behind catcher plate.
Clip that in. Yeah.
Behind home plate. I couldn't
plate.
find like a straight up angle of it. So that was weird, but an impressive feat nonetheless.
He was I don't know if he's a rookie. He's not a rookie, right? Or he's a relatively young player for the Giants that did it, right? He's supposed to be a good up-and-coming player for them.
I can't say I know a ton about who the guy is.
I think
but
it was Helio Ramos. If it was him, then that is. I don't know. I follow the Padres. I used to follow baseball a lot more. I was playing MLB The Show, but I'd be off. I've been in the real world now. I try to stay off, be chronically online. Got to get out in the real world. And
we like to hear it, Quincy. Except if you're following those Panthers, man. Panthers, big win this weekend.
The Panthers, you could turn off the TV most Sundays, except this Sunday. They will be going into the Death Star and getting a dub against the Raiders. Just can't stress. I just want to again reiterate that. And once Bryce Young gets his mental right, gets back, the league is over for you. I don't know.
BY9. BY9 is coming back.
Because you can't. I'm not giving up on BY9. So.
If Quincy believes, then I believe. We'll end it there. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. That's electric. Yeah, the fact that Quincy's been the biggest BY9 guy from the start is unbelievable. He's just small, Quincy. I mean, I don't know how it worked so well in college.
He's on his tippy toes. I get it, but
he's small, bro. He's 5'9", but he's not even Kyler Murray 5'9". He's not Doug Flutie 5'9". He's not Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's 5'10", but these guys are like solid, right? These guys are like little, kind of like balls of muscle almost.
Those things.
Bryce Young just doesn't have that build. Is he him? It's been a tough. It's been a tough stretch for Alabama quarterbacks this last.
It really has.
2 years,
has, to be honest.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on down
on the show this week, boys. So
down in old Tuscaloosa.
Saban's gone, so you see they're airing the stadium now and stuff. That shit would never happen if Saban was there.
Yeah. What was the last thing I wanted to touch on? It was the Giants home run. Producer Reese, what else was there?
Post-show? Post-show, you want to talk like Lodi, like this past weekend?
Yeah, Lodi Great Fest was fun. We'll get a video out. Yeah, I want to talk tomorrow night I'm on the call for this. Some dude hit me up.
That's hype.
And he's trying to produce like a VR. He's trying to do like a VR, like augmented reality sports broadcast type of a situation. So
what is
I was
that
like, hey, I'm all in on it, brother. Let's do this shit, man. Sign me on as co-founder, and Danny Dials is in. You do the technical side. I'll do the communication. I'll do the marketing. I'll do the content. Partnership made in heaven. I'll kick producer Reese out so quick that he won't even know what hit him. Producer Reese is done. See ya.
Hey man, he might cook me. This guy might cook me here.
He's also Asian, so you should be ready.
No, I'm rock bad.
There's only so many Asian friends I can have, producer Reese. So like you might be tossed.
Yeah, I think yeah. I'm rocked bad right now, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, start brainstorming.
You might have to get up into San Francisco tomorrow just to assert yourself as top dog. Still, I mean, I'm just saying it might have to happen.
Yeah, is this the firefighter police fight?
No, it's not firefighter policeman. It's just normal night of amateur fights down at the Irish Cultural Center.
Yeah.
That's sick, man.
Y'all should have waited. Well, never mind, because we'll talk about that later.
Did you see our
off cam?
I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun. So I don't know what to expect. I'm sure we'll mess a few things up audio wise. But I'm gonna try to. I might have to hit you up beforehand, producer Reese.
That's fine, man. Yeah, I'm good. I'm on standby.
We'll see what I don't know what the deal is with my stupid GoPro. I'm shooting on this shitty camera here. Sad and shameful, but
yeah, you might have to
upgrade one.
When I upgrade my webcam, I'll send you the link so you can write it off for the company expense. Not for me. I'm saying for you. You get you a new camera. Not for me. I'm getting a webcam.
Company expense, baby. Oh, Quincy's streaming. Let's go.
I'm gonna start stream soon, bro. Let's go. I think.
I'll fucking watch Rated R Superstar streams.
Gotta tap in. Be on the lookout. I think maybe Twitch. I don't really know what. I have to do more research into what platforms to use, but I'm thinking Twitch probably. Maybe YouTube. We'll see.
That's hype, man. Yeah, we do. We want streamers on the OneTake in the OneTake Media brand. So
Yeah,
we could be investing in Big Quince going forward.
Could be.
Panthers.
We'll see.
That's what I said from the start. I was like Panthers and streaming and like weird like video game anime stuff. Like if Quincy wants to do those three, like I'm in. I'm in on Quincy for those three.
I'm in a real
Quincy,
slow. I've been slowly building. I got to get there. It's just gonna slow crawl in there. But I am gonna start. Like once I start, it's gonna. Hey, we're taking off.
It's absolutely gonna pop off. That's what everyone thinks, man. It's everyone. That's the beauty of anything creative, right? When it's in your head, it's just so perfect and awesome and just the
That's
best.
facts.
Right?
That's
Nothing like living in the fantasy world of your head. It's the best. It's the best out there. It's
I love
Everyone
it.
else
and warm
is,
and
so,
fun.
like,
I'm up there a couple hours a day.
Serious. Yeah, I love it, man. That's great.